Hey everybody, so today I decided I was just going to do an update with Tommy because I was going to film a day in the life tomorrow, but he probably won't be in it, so I thought this would be a good opportunity. Um, anyway, not that much is really different in our life right now. We're just kind of taking everything in stride one day at a time, because we got Christmas and stuff like that coming up, so, but I wanted to dedicate this video more to talking about disciplining our children, how we raise them, and like not undermining each other. So like for example, this is just an example. I'm on part of a Facebook group filled with moms, and a lot of them talk about how they go completely against what their husband says parenting wise with their children, and these same women that say these things are also the ones that later on down the line talk about how like their relationship isn't working out. Like, I mean, there are times where I don't make the best parenting choice, but the thing is when I'm making that choice, Tommy shouldn't step in because that kind of gives the idea to the child, or vice versa. Like, I don't step in over him because it gives the idea to the child that your parents are not on the same page. I think that parenting decisions are about compromise, not about, oh, this is how I want it to be, so this is how it's going to be. I mean, I think with every decision you need to come to some kind of middle point.
True.
Can you name an example?
I don't know.
When Leah's watching things on the tablet in different languages.
Yeah, okay.
Is that a good example? Okay, so our daughter watches, like, you ever hear the song, like, Five Little Monkeys Jumping on the Bed, the Finger Family song? Well, she watches them in, like, Russian or Spanish or whatever. And Tommy doesn't think that she should watch them, and I'm not demonizing him. Please don't take it that way. Because he doesn't want her to get confused with her own language. But I kind of think it's okay because I think it'll help her learn another language. So, kind of a middle ground would be like, I let her do it sometimes, not all the time. So that way, it kind of comes off as beneficial. Bless you.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. It's because she doesn't have a very big English vocabulary, is my thing. And I don't want her to be saying one thing in English and then another thing in Spanish or Russian or something. I'm not going to understand that. It's just going to sound like gibberish to me.
Right. And that is true. She's not got a very big vocab.
I feel like she shouldn't be watching stuff in other languages until she can speak, proper English. Or, the American version of English,
And I can respect that. And to keep her happy a little bit, I let her watch a little bit of it, but not all the time. Like, I'll switch it to an English version for her because, again, she doesn't have a very strong vocabulary yet that I don't think I kind of agree with him there. But parenting is so important to come to middle grounds. Like, if I didn't come to a middle ground with him, it would just be an argument that isn't really an argument that's worth it, And I guess that's kind of what I wanted to dedicate this video to.
Yeah, I mean, you always gotta find common middle ground, There's always, what's the word? It's escaping me. I don't even know.
But especially with parenting, because if you guys don't come to a middle ground, your kids are going to use you guys against each other. And that's not good. Like, if I say no to Leah, he's going to say no to Leah. We might talk about it later, but the answer for that moment is no, because I don't want our children using us and pitting us against each other, if that makes sense.
Yeah. Well, that's another thing is, if the kid's asking you a question, you need to talk to your partner, you're both the parents, so you have to talk about it beforehand, because you could say yes and the other person could say no. And that's why you need to talk about it. Just extending on what I'm saying, repeating it over and over again so you guys are listening.
Alright, so I think that's all for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please give it a thumbs up. And if you have any, like, requests, please leave those down below. So, yeah.